Hello viewers, and welcome back to our Let's Play of Sid Meier's Beyond Earth. So, continuing off of the first episode here, come to think of it, I don't think the bugs inside this region will actually move for us. So with that said, I think we'll get our explorer team to go somewhere else, and in the meantime we'll just gradually let that area do its thing. And my oh my, would you look at that? We have new neighbors, evidently.
Slavianska Federacja pozdrawiaje Ciebie.
Right, so the Slavic Federation lands over here, and yeah, they are actually very, very close by. So I'm not sure how to what to make out of that. We might have to build a few military units soon enough.
Our engineering groups have discovered a new efficient method to build and deploy satellites. Once constructed, you can launch a satellite to the orbital layer, which will allow you to project abilities or firepower down to the world below.
Right.
Choose its final orbital location carefully, as it cannot be moved once deployed.
Yeah, this will tell us a little bit about orbital structures. The first one that you unlock is the miasmic repulsor here. I forgot about bumping up my mic volume, so I'll be right back. And there we go. So there. We got ecology. It'll allow us to build this thing, and we also unlock 2 ground structures. These ones are actually pretty cool. The vivarium produces food. It's actually very useful if you're inside the desert. But the more interesting building out of the 2 here is this one, the ultrasonic fence. Like I said earlier, I mean, the aliens are friendly to an extent at the beginning of the game, but nevertheless they will gradually become more hostile. With that said, it's useful for keeping them away and just out of sight, really. So that's that. Moving forwards on the technological thing, I think we'll do engineering. We'll get the combat rover, which is a combat unit that's slightly faster than what we have so far. And in addition, it'll give us the thorium reactor, which will generate cash, the repair facility, which will make it so that we build units faster, and it'll reveal titanium, which is a resource on the map. So that'll be that. We'll let the people here to do their movements. And again, more neighbors. Wow. Very close to our base, too. Who are these people and why are they here?
El pueblo unido de Sudamérica le da la bienvenida.
And would you look at that? South Americans, Brasilia, have landed over here. So that is quite something, and we just finished building one thing over here, and I think I'll take the game's, we built a worker over here inside the town. I think we'll work on building an old Earth relic next, because it's fairly cheap, it's fairly fast, and it should help us out quite a bit. So, with these worker units, they obviously construct environments, and their typical purpose is that you can go to these specialty objects, they're more or less just lying around on the terrain, right? You can go to them, and some of these ones you need to build a certain thing before you can take advantage of them. So for example, for the chitin over here, we need to build a paddock, and with that said, we can get the worker to do it. It'll take right around 5 turns before it finishes, but it'll just slowly buzz about and do its thing, and that'll be it. So we'll let it do its thing. In the meantime, yeah, our city is gonna do its own thing. I think we've explored enough of the world, honestly, to just allow the AI to take over exploring. So I'll automate the explorer unit to do exactly that, and we'll just let it gradually pick apart the terrain and see what it finds there. So we'll let it do it that. What did we have? We found a few quests, evidently. Checking out our current quests, we have Gifts from Home. Find 1 more resource pod. Occupational hazard. We completed the first part of this earlier, but we should probably build an alien preserve building, apparently. So that's that. We found an outpost. We'll need to research pioneering, but afterwards we can produce settlers. And station charter, and this is a quest decision. So, what this effectively says is that several new ventures wish to establish their own operations near our territory. We can supply them with funding for the initial bit. So this will generate a station. Stations perform duties once again, from what I've heard, is similar to the city-states inside Civilization 5. If you establish a trade route with them, they will generate something for you. Looks like we have a choice between a lab, one that generates science and production, over food. I think we already have a ton of food, so let's go with
discovered a station.
This one right
here. You
here.
can establish trade routes with stations to receive various supplies that your people may need.
Right, so I think we'll found a trade, this trade station. Later on, we'll probably make a trade route to them to get things moving, doing things just like that. And hey, more people are landing.
Come,
So
Mr.
Freeland.
Hava. The Commonwealth welcomes you.
Looks like, yeah, oceanic countries do their thing.
एक और एक 11 होते हैं.
And what is this all about? Let us lay the foundation for a prosperous future by establishing a cooperation agreement. I'm going to say accept to this one because what I believe it does is that I believe it modifies some of the things that you gain slightly, though it doesn't look like it.
How may the corporate...
But either way, we'll get that done. And I think that'll be that. So now, what did we just build? We built... What did we build? Oh, that's right, we built the old world structure, so that'll produce some culture, which is quite nice. And I think what we'll do now is I will produce a soldier unit, just more so because we'll let that do its thing. And right now, this town should be generating one production that it wasn't previously generating, and I think we'll just get the rover to automatically build enhancements now.
एक और एक 11 होते हैं.
And oh, would you look at that? It looks like they want to trade us a whole bunch of energy and a whole bunch of other stuff for strategic resources and alliance actually that's the pool of stuff that you can offer them. Never mind. They want us to open their borders. They want to open their borders in exchange for us opening our borders. I'm gonna say sure. Mostly because they probably won't ever reach us very soon. Or rather, they won't reach us at all at this pace. So, I'm fine with that. These guys are gonna bust about for a bit. Nobody's doing anything to the wildlife, so that's kind of good, because all of our actions ultimately contribute to what they do, and we get a choice between what we want next inside the Tree of Virtues. Checking out some of this. I would like the military-industrial complex. That would be actually very, very useful. But I think what we'll do is... I guess we'll have to grab adaptive tactics for that. So we'll grab that, and besides, we'll have our newly founded military unit in 3 turns. We might as well. And, ooh, would you look at that? More people. And who are these guys?
Iskawaran, the African people greet you.
And there we go. So the African Union also arrived. Just checking out the placements of the people briefly. So on continent number 2, you got three different factions duking it out over here. And ours is a bit more of a crowded place, featuring 5 factions, 3 of which are pretty close together. So that's that. Let's see, another quest. However, you remember, our relic, which was just built actually, has provoked a ideological split amongst our citizens. So like I said, some of these quests can be triggered by buildings. Some believe the old Earth relic is instrumental as a source of solace and grief for people feeling over their lost world. They want to leave it alone. Other people think it's a valuable repository of traditional wisdom that should be publicly displayed and studied. If we leave it untouched, the building will be, or actually all relics will be free of maintenance, whereas if we continue paying the 1 energy maintenance per turn on them, we can get them to produce 3 culture instead of 2, which I believe is a better deal, so I think we'll get them to do that instead. So that's quite useful. We'll get it to do its thing. And our first military unit should come out right now. And there. Now, just a bit of a disclaimer about the military stuff inside the Civilization series. I'm more used to like Civilization 3 and 4, where the idea being that creatures can just kind of walk into your towns. And with that said, I usually just put 1 unit to fortify into the towns like that. Some people do, some people don't. But I think we'll just leave it as is for now. The other thing that I'm gonna do right now is that I'm gonna start building on that fence thing, on the ultrasonic fence, which will keep the bugs here away.
Instruct the children not to dream of toys or sweets. Instruct them to dream of
And I think we've already discussed what that one does, so I'll leave that ado. And for now, let's research chemistry. And chemistry allows you to build the laboratory, which increases research, obviously, and the recycler, which oddly enough allows you to increase production, so it's quite useful. And it also allows you to find petroleum. And how's our exploration team doing? They're doing pretty well, actually. So that's good. And ooh, found another station. And let's see what has happened over here. So the worker on automation looks like they built the what is this? They built a plantation, so this area has +1 production. They also built a farm over here, which I would imagine gives +1 to food income. That's quite nice. And ooh, we have some sort of a mysterious quest over here, which require us to research computing. After some, so yeah, the mysterious encrypted transmission was received from an unknown origin. After some considerable effort, it has been decoded. The clear text says, the Kulperk cell requires infrastructure for covert operations. Should you choose to accept, you will be rewarded in time. Oh, I think that actually leads to a wonder, because I was reading, the manual about some of the stuff here. Yeah, there's an entire espionage tab inside the game that you can use and all. And with that said, I think that might be for the sake of building the wonder regarded to espionage and all. But we'll see what that does later on. For now, I want this fence to be built, and I want chemistry to be researched. And yeah, ooh, they're fighting it out over there. Who are these people anyways? The Brasilia faction is it's already cutting down on the alien population, I see. Right, so there we go, we got our new building set up, and afterwards I think we'll build a combat rover now. And we have some more culture points, so now we can get military industrial complex. And afterwards, oh actually that should make building the combat rover slightly faster, so now instead of 7 turns, it's 6 turns. There, it's already paying off. Slightly. And another quest decision. Blood Bank quest decision. Since the opening of our clinic, the populace has been split into different ideological divides. Securing and improving our new territory has put great strain on the military. I think we've already seen this one before, but either way, the choice is between improving the strength, or rather the hit points of our city, versus increasing our growth, and I will probably always go with growth, so that's that. So yeah, we'll grab that. We'll go forwards, see how they do. And there we go. Researched chemistry, so that's good. And we can advance. And what can we get from here? The game where the science department wants us to go with physics. Physics will give us the ranger unit, a ranged unit that avoids close combat fights, so that's kind of cool. The observatory, so that's also pretty useful, and a launch complex, which will allow us to put our satellites further away from their launch positions. Currently, though, I think I'll go with pioneering. Or no. What should we go with? I think we'll go with genetics, just because we'll build the crypto nursery, which increases science and health, and the pharma lab, which just increases health. So yeah, health again. It's fairly useful for increasing for expanding. With that said, because our town is our city rather is already growing quite large. That is actually being quite hampered down on right now. We'll see whether or not we can fix that soon enough, because I don't think it's exactly optimal. Optimal to expand right now as opposed to slightly later on. So we'll get one thing done just like that, and I think we'll build a recycler because that'll allow us to crunch out more units in a fast amount of time. And there. Man, they are really stomping down on those creatures. It's actually kind of a problem at one point because they do, I believe, keep. I want to say that they keep track of which faction is attacking them, along with a global variable that accounts for just pretty much everybody. So with that said, I don't want to see, any fights triggered because of their actions, obviously. So that's that. And, oh, more quests. Safe behind the walls. Ah, this one's actually quite neat. So this one deals with those ultrasonic fences that we founded. At the current moment, the fences are static. They currently have a range of 2 tiles apart from our city. What we can do is that we can keep the design on the standard settings, which increase the repel range, but alternatively we can reverse the polarity so that our trade convoys won't get attacked by alien units. This one's actually really helpful because it makes sure that your trade the trade effectively never stops to an extent, because like, while your military units don't get provoked by critters often, your civilians do. So with that said, I'm gonna grab this, and this is actually quite the major, thing there, or quite the helpful thing. So yeah, that's one thing. I'll get the rovers to probe down here slightly. And what do these people care about? They care about the fact that we haven't killed any aliens, so that's fine with me. And next turn, and another station has been founded in some place that we can't even reach right now, so that doesn't really concern us. And perfect, our production finished once again. So let's see, what should we build over here? You know what? I think I'll go with the, let's see. I think we'll go with buying the thorium reactor over here. Our energy is actually dipping into the negatives. Or actually, no, never mind. I'll build a repair facility, and I'll build one more structure that requires a source of income, and then I think I'll build the thorium reactor to cancel the effects of that. So that'll be that. And I think what I'll do is I'll get the military the combat rover just be posted over here for now. And there we go.
You go to war with the soldiers you have. Make sure those are the soldiers you want.
Right, so there we go. We can unlock genetics, which is quite nice. And now, what are they recommending us to research? Nothing as of yet, so that's good. In that case, I think we'll get pioneering, and we'll see what we can do with that shortly. Because it might be time to expand. And there we go, we get congratulated once more for not endangering any of the wildlife. That's good. And we finish another structure. So there. And our cash flows are actually back. So that's good. In that case, let's do another. What should we do now, actually? In that case, I might as well build the reactor anyways.
एक और एक 11 होते हैं.
And they still want open borders, so we'll give them to that.
Your explorer has noticed something strange nearby. It could be a ruin, some sort of wreckage, or perhaps alien in nature.
Ooh, what is this? Huh. Crashed satellite. That must have crashed very recently, because we haven't, we haven't seen that. We didn't see that when we walked into this area previously. In that case, I think I'll get these people to do their thing and to conduct a research mission there. And to see what they find. Hopefully they don't die because of the miasma, though. Damn. I thought they would have been protected in that case, because I mean I think the explorers are the only units that can actually venture or do the exploration there. So in that case, Not really sure how you were supposed to get to that artifact in the current stance. And what did they build over here? They decided to build a few generators, so that's what's keeping our energy values afloat. It's not bad. Let's go with nursery thing. Bit of health, bit of science, and a bit of food from marshes, not that we have any. And another quest decision, engineering the future. With this automated repair facility, many of our technicians find themselves lacking work. We should make use of the suddenly available manpower, and, well, what can we do? We can, our military forces can always use a few more technicians on the assembly line, or alternatively, our global network can. Well, I think assembly lines is a bit more important, so we'll do that. And there we go. And another quest right after this one. Our colonial grid is now powered by a thorium reactor. Already people have grown accustomed to its gentle hum and glow. So efficient is the reactor, it's barely working at capacity. If we pushed it further, we could divert energy towards increased production speed, or alternatively even more energy. In this case, I'm actually going to go with more energy. The idea being that later on we'll be able to buy a factory that produces more production at the cost of
the universe is either in progress
the
or
same
in entropy.
energy.
We choose progress.
And let's see. Oh, that's right. We got pioneering, so that is very, very helpful. And we can develop a new virtue too. What can we see? Rather, what can we do? So in might, we can go with public security, increased health per unit, liberation army after conquering an enemy outpost, automatically found an outpost of your own there. We could go into prosperity and stuff, or sciences, or alternatively we can get central planning or commodification. I think we already locked down energy, so in that case, let's get into food actually, or let's get into prosperity because we'll be expanding soon. So that's that. For research, let's do planetary survey, I want to say. I think in this case, we're actually, you know what? I think we'll go with, say, geophysics over here, because this one is one that I enjoy using. Geothermal resources will allow us to, pretty much harvest a whole bunch of stuff from these, resources that pop up, and it's actually quite cheap. Or actually, you know what? Never mind. We'll go with physics instead. Physics adds a new unit, a ranger, and some improved production to that. The observatory is a science building. The launch complex allows us to put satellites further away.